What is up, YouTube? Four Leaf Cards here. We're live. I'm going to put this link again. I don't know if it shows up. Copy, paste. Anybody who wants to get in the chat and pop up, I may or may not see you right away. What's going on, everybody? Big week. Let's see what's going on. Super Bowl, Tom Brady again, and Gronk. Let's not forget Gronk. Okay, it was a Brady Gronk Super Bowl. Very reminiscent of my Patriots, and it was awkward rooting for the Bucks. I thought the Chiefs were going to win, and but I was rooting for Brady and Gronk, so it worked out pretty good. They just outplayed them that day, is what it is. What's going on? I see one person's in here. We got a party now. Chit-chatting. Trying to figure out what's going on in the sports world. I think I'm probably going to do a little bit of drawing today. Sports news. Anybody know what's going on? I have no idea. I've been working. Where do you get your sports news? Who knows? Where's the big headlines? Britt Reed on administrative leave. Yeah, definitely. Can't be crashing into people. It sounded like he maybe had a couple drinks. Bucks and Brady teach Mahomes a lesson about goats. Ooh. One NHL player mouthed off to his coach. Oh, the former ABA guys are doing kind of like the NBA is waiting for us to die off, it says. It seems like all these headlines are just charged. I'm just talking to myself now. That's all right. March Madness is coming. Oh my gosh, time flies. Scantily clad fan halts Super Bowl 55. Yeah, what was that all about? They don't show. Let's see. Did anybody get a clip? Scantily clad commercials. Of course, everybody's going to give me commercials. Oh, it was a dude. Oh my god. He's charged with trespassing. Florida man. Obviously, Florida is the state that he came from. Yuri Andrade, 31, arrested by the sheriff's office. Cash bond, $500. So just in case you guys are thinking about streaking. Pastor Potter Gabes, hello, how are you doing? Thanks for popping in. I'm just checking up on some sports news here. Seeing who's popping in. I'm probably going to do a little bit of drawings at some point. Just checking out the news. This guy that was streaking it was hard to tell if it was a guy or a girl because they were wearing I can't get a good picture. It was like a pink, like a bathing suit, and it looked like a girl for a second, but it was actually a guy wearing a pink bathing suit. These are the things that I'm looking at here. This is the news that we have. Nothing good on that channel. How are you doing tonight? Anything good happening in your world? I got my COVID test was negative, so that's good. Or bad, actually. I got sick, and it must have just been the flu. I actually wish it was COVID because then, well, I'm obviously alive, so it wouldn't have been bad. So then I would have some antibodies. Jerry Rice admits that Tom Brady is the GOAT. Says he never wanted that status anyhow. Some basketball stuff. Kevin Garnett's talking about old basketball players couldn't keep up today. Porzingis and Doncic. 1. Da, 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 da. A lot of basketball news today. What's up, Jason? How you doing today? 4 Leafs. That's got to be lucky. Just checking up on sports news, seeing if anything crazy is going on. A lot of basketball stuff. Man, they're already starting to talk about the March Madness. That's crazy. Doesn't seem like March is upon us, but it'll be here soon enough. Bucks, Lightning, Rays. Tampa Bay into a title town. It's kind of true. There's a lot of championships going on down there. MLB renews 7-inning doubleheaders, runners on second, and extras. Interesting. Didn't know if they were going to renew that or not, and they did. Not sure how I feel about that. I said, short season, anything goes. But now, we don't know what we're going to get for a season, do we? Do we still know? Wow. People just popping in and saying that into people's live chats? Oh, are we going to have 162 games? Is that official? I hadn't seen that yet. Of course, I've been really busy with stuff. I mean, I'm not drinking period blood or anything, but you guys see that? Veruca Short. Isn't Veruca Short from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Is that Veruca? No, Veruca Salt. Veruca. I don't know what Veruca Short is, though. I think it was Veruca Short Salt. Veruca is a plantar wart? It's kind of an interesting fact that I didn't know. So I'm going to turn that into a learning experience here. Means a plantar wart. Kind of gross. Interesting play. It makes the character from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory seem a little bit different when you look at that way. She was a nasty thing. Kind of like a plantar wart. Oompa loompa loompa doo. We're getting way off topic. I was looking at sports news, and now I'm looking at Veruca Salt stuff. This is just crazy. What else is going on around baseball, maybe? I'm going to do a baseball. I got Clemens keyed up here. Braun not currently interested in playing. This is Ryan Braun. MLB will change its baseballs after record home run rates. Yeah, 2019 was a big home run year. On Friday, they are changing the balls. What they're doing to him, who knows? Slightly reduced weight and slightly decreased something or other. I got to sign up for their. So I'm just here to pop my. How do we get these people in my live chat? Some crap. Block these people. I mean, really? Come in here writing that crap. Jeepers creepers. Let's see what they say on the new baseballs. I'm interested in this. 30 memo sent to all 30 clubs. new balls will fly 1 to 2 feet shorter on balls hit over 375 feet. After the league saw a record 6,776 homers hit in 2019, that's the last 162 game season, the home run rate fell from 6.6% in 2019 to 6.5% during the pandemic shortened 20 campaign. A committee of scientists commissioned by the MLB came to the determination that baseballs had less drag on average than in previous seasons. The key to the boom: inconsistencies in seam height. I blocked those other guys with putting their. I can't even remember. What? Why are you in my live stream? What did I do to you guys? What did I ever do to you? Those weren't showing up. Did you just see the guy asked to give your life to somebody? I don't know. It's crazy junk. Maybe they're on my computer. Who knows? MLB's balls are hand-sewn by workers at the Rawlings factory in Costa Rica. The league requires all baseballs to have a coefficient of restitution. In simple terms, the bounciness of the ball. The average thing trended toward the top of that range in recent years, so they were more bouncy. Rawlings has loosened the tension on the first of 3 wool windings. I mean, it's crazy what you can do to a ball. And I don't know how to make people mods. How do I do that? Put user in time. All I have is put user in timeout or block user. Oops. Brand, private chat, banners, invite, share, having issues. Yeah, I don't know. I blocked them, so they're not coming back. I'm sure somebody else will pop in here. They must have got my live stream now, so they're just going to keep sending me crap in my chat. I haven't had that ever happen before. The AP also reported that the number of teams using humidors to store baseballs will double from 5 to 10 this season, keeping the balls in humidity-controlled storage areas. The Rockies, D-backs, Mariners, Mets, and Red Sox already have humidors in their respective ballparks. Interesting. MLB's memo did not mention anything about the drag of the new balls. Interesting. So the core adjustment is going to lessen the ball's weight by 2.8 grams, but not change its size. So basically, you will not change. They do not anticipate changing the pitcher's velocity, but you will have the same amount of drag on a smaller ball. So yeah, it should. They're basically going to reduce the bounciness of it and keep the same drag. Interesting. So that's that. They might have fixed that. So go for the under. If you're picking home runs over under, go for the under next year, I guess. So that's what's going on. What else is going on? You got anything going on, Jason? Anything good going on, man? What have you been up to? Anything good? Everybody healthy? That's the most important part of all of this. Oh, man. You're lucky you're getting a Red Sox today here. I got to just pick out some colors. This looks pretty good. Not sure I can do this in this position. Try to get the camera. It's kind of a far reach. It's a weird angle too. Going with a little bit of a lighter colored red. I'll come back in and darken up some areas probably. I had to guess. So I'm going to leave this pretty loose. I want to get these letters down before I start coloring jersey. Just so I don't get all over those letters. Clemens, that looks right. What you do about nothing, I don't know. I think there's definitely science between, with the balls and how they're wound. And I think there is. I think there is something to it. You still have to pitch it. You still have to hit it. Hey, Henry, what's going on? Just chatting about sports news, doing a little drawing. We were just going over the MLB is going to be changing the balls. They're going to wind them the core a little bit differently, but keep the same size. So it's going to reduce its weight by 2.8 grams. So it's a little bit of science there. So I'm believing there's something to it. So, the power hitters are still going to hit for power. It's not like the home runs are going to go away, but everybody might be a couple shorter. When you think about some of those home runs, they just make it over the wall. Those aren't going to make it anymore. Some of them go 30 rows deep. It's still going to be a home run. I think everybody's going to be a couple, maybe 5 short. But how do you, that's just on average. You don't know how many, it's not like everybody hits the same amount every year, right? So I'm not going to monkey around with those bees. This is too wide. I'm not going to monkey around with the stripes, too wide. So I don't need a whole lot of red. Your LCS brought back value boxes. What comes in a value box? Sounds intriguing, seeing how I can't find any retail. I'll be lucky if I find any Series 1. And I usually stop at, I've already done 2 Walmarts and a Target, and I'll probably hit another probably 3 or 4 Walmarts this week and another Target maybe. There won't be anything. I'm almost sure of it. I'm just going to spend my time in the dime boxes. It's been working out. I like cheap cards. All right, done with the red. You know what? I just realized I'm going to have some issues because my 0.5 gray is running out. What does that mean for me? This is an away jersey. I can go to another gray, but it's a slightly different color gray. Well, I'm going to have to do it because I need this light gray. 25-cent boxes. Nice. Sweet. That's where it's at. I'm convinced that is where it's at. It's, the 10-cent boxes, for me at least. I love cards. I like opening cards. I really do like opening cards, but I'm not paying these flippers on eBay. I saw some Series 1 blasters already on eBay. They want $45 or whatever. and I refuse to pay that. There's not enough value in there. Like, most of the cards you're going to get are going to be common base cards, and I'm just not into it. I looked into getting a hobby box, and the jumbos are going for like $240, and it's like there's nothing in that box that could possibly. I mean, maybe if you really hit it lucky, there could be a card that's worth that, but I would argue that what card? I want to know what card is worth that. To me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some hot rookie or something, somebody's paying that. If you're flipping it and selling it or whatever, grade that you're going to send them off to be graded, and you get a 10, and everything's great, and it's a hot rookie or whatever. But I'm saying as a collector, do you guys see in these ones? I'm watching high on multiple SD tabs. Yeah. So there's nothing in that as a collector, as somebody that just gets cards and keeps them forever, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, I love opening cards. I mean, I like the process of opening the cards and seeing them for the first time and looking at the pictures and just enjoying the cards. I like the newness of it, like the surprise of it. I do get enjoyment out of that, out of opening cards, but the enjoyment is not worth a $45 by the time you get it all shipped or whatever, $50 taxes on top of it from eBay. The cards that I'm going to find in that blaster there's nothing in there that would be worth $50 to me. I mean, I can get a Carlton Fisk auto for $50. Just send it to him and he'll sign it for $50. As a Red Sox fan, that'd be pretty darn good. Matter of fact, we've done it, right? We've got that Carlton Fisk sitting on the desk, and he signed that for me for $50. So I got two of them there. I'm obviously not at my desk tonight. I'm in a hotel, but like $50 for a Series 1 blaster, I'll just assume send another card to Carlton Fisk and get it signed. Done. I mean, that's where I'm at. Like, what people see in this, like, why are people paying that? If everybody would just stop paying, like dollar relic and autos is pretty cool. That's kind of cool stuff. I could get behind that. That's and that's exactly what I'm talking about too, though, is like those people are chasing these things that are in these blaster boxes, and they basically wind up being dollar box hits. Like, there's nothing in there. I mean, there might be one somewhere, but the odds of you getting it are slim to none. And you'd have to get it and flip it and put it on eBay and get it sold. I mean, some people enjoy the process, I guess, of selling. I do not. Actually, guys, I sold something. Well, there's only one of you left, but I sold something this week. Some basketball cards, so that's good. Pretty proud of myself for doing that because I was holding them. They were unopened basketball cards that I found, so maybe I'm just as guilty. I guess I technically flipped these, but I was going to open them, and then the price on them just got silly, so I didn't open them. And somebody offered me some money for them, so I sold them. So guilty as charged, I guess. I'm just a flipper now. I mean, I would argue I am definitely not a flipper because I don't sell anything. That was the first thing I've ever sold. Well, I did sell that one Didi Gregorius card, but that was a in the moment sell. If I had taken it home with me, I wouldn't have sold it. It was something that I opened at the store. Greg Jones, number 50, dual jersey football piece card with stitching. Yeah, exactly. Chance you pull it? None. Zero. Like, well, I mean, there is a chance, right? 1 in 100,000 boxes or whatever. Can't really see what I'm doing here. Sorry. I don't really like these fat tips. These markers come with thin and fat. And it's good to do big areas with the fat side, but I don't like the way that it lays the ink down. Well, it's pretty good for large areas, I guess. Gotta be really careful with your kind of the strokes of them there because it leaves more marks than not. I guess this gray is going to work, but I do need to replace my other gray. Push some of this ink around a little bit here before it dries. I think it's just you and me, Henry, hanging out. I didn't really plan to do a live session. But I figured, you know what? I'm going to be drawing. Why not just throw it up there, see who pops in, talk about the news, what's going on in sports. Always something going on. Doodle, doodle, doodle. Doodle, doodle, doodle. It's just me by myself now. Probably would be good to have a nice drink right now. It's a little bit of a different gray. Still works. Go back to the cool gray. Do some shading. Some shade work. Down underneath here. A little bit right here. It's actually, I'm just going to do the deep shades. I'm going to come back in and do some different shades. Mm-hmm. This is kind of shaded in here. Right in here a little bit. Right in here. Another one right in here. I'm going to come in and do these. Got a pocket. Couple little shades right in here. Shade down in here. Have a shade underneath. Tie shirt. I have to blend that out. A little bit of shade down in here. It's gonna be dark anyway. I don't love that gray. I do not love that gray. Let's blend some of these in here a little bit. Just hanging out. I don't know what else is going on. I'm going to just kind of give this all just a big. There's not much ink coming out of this, so it's more of a. Oh, that's one of those like chalkboard. A little bit more of a blending kind of thing, if you will. And this one is pretty much gone dry. It doesn't look too bad in look too bad on the camera, but I'm not in love with it in real life. Perhaps I can blend with a little bit of that'll work a little bit better. Gonna have to do. It is gonna have to do. It's hard to tell. I got a little bit of yellow. The lighting here is not great, but it doesn't look bad on camera. I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna roll with it. This belt looks really black, but I think it's a navy blue belt. I'm pretty sure. It's actually a good question. Like, did they wear black belts with their unis, or did they wear navy blue? I think if you're wearing navy blue, you can't wear black, right? So I think this is navy blue. I'm just going to drop it in navy blue. And we're going to go with it. Now, this navy blue, on the other hand, has a lot of juice left in it. So I got to be careful not to get too close. And I can come in and touch that back up with a finer pen later. That's about that. These are a navy blue shirt. Or undershirt. Undershirt, technically. I gotta push all this ink around because it's loading up in there. Holy moly. It's gonna be darker down the bottom. Okay. And then I got a little bit of shirt over here. How far does that go? It goes all the way out to his arm. What is going on? So Major League Baseballs. What else we got going on? Talked about the Super Bowl. Let me get a little news going on here. Let's see what else we can chat on. Oh, man, big news. Terry Francona's signing. I don't know if he's on. I don't know if he signed. He's got a signing coming up. Got a signing coming up. What's going on in the YouTube world? Anything? I don't know. Everybody's doing their thing. Prices are high. I am going to start searching for some cards that I want to buy. Man, Therese Paylor dies suddenly at the age of 37. Patrick Mahomes is undergoing surgery to repair his turf toe. That's just kind of like the inner joint between two bones down in your foot. Basically gets inflamed. They probably got to go in there and kind of dig it out a little bit. The Mets are interested in Justin Turner. See what happens going on there. 4 best under the radar moves, including Red Sox and Tigers signing. Let's see what's going on here. Pitchers and catchers are going to be reporting to spring training camps next week. Holy cow, spring training is here. Hunter Renfroe Hunter Renfrow had a horrible year for the Rays in 2020, hit 156. Then struck out at 11 of his 24 postseason plate appearances. A 1-year deal worth $3.1 million. His streakiness, but elements of the game have remained static for years. His exit velocity has consistently fallen between 89.4 and 89.9. Launch angle has stuck in a tight cluster too. Strikeout rate is down last season from 31 to 26, and walk rate up to 10.1 from 9.3. Some team might have seen him as a player on the rise who was worthy of the Avisail Garcia contract. A reasonable bounce back candidate. Okay. He's coming to the Red Sox. I guess we got to cheer for him. Robbie Grossman. Grossman got a 2-year, $10 million. Appealing is that he appears to be a different hitter than he was prior to the 2020 season. Grossman made the truncated year from a low wattage walks only hitter into someone whose isolated slugging was higher than his previous season's batting average. Gained an exit velocity, launch angle, and power output. He's added a leg kick and become more pull happy. Giants go slider heavy, so they added DeScalafini, Matt Whistler, and John Brevia. I'm not going to get into all that. The Marlins make an underrated bullpen ads. Anthony Bass and Ross Detweiler. Apparently they're high on Bass. That's it for that. Marty Schottenheimer passed away. Rest in peace, good sir. 200 NFL wins. I think didn't he coach for like 20? Was it 20 years? He had Alzheimer's. That's a bad disease. Marty Ball. That's unfair to Marty Schottenheimer. Lack of a championship. Yeah, 21 years in the NFL and only had 2 losing seasons. That's interesting. One of 8 coaches in history to reach 200 wins. Master motivator, who got the most out of his players for more than 2 decades as a head coach. Conservative approach didn't lead to a championship, but that doesn't mean he didn't have a big impact on the game and his players. Schottenheimer was a linebacker, played 4 seasons for the Buffalo Bills, 65 to 68, making the AFL All-Star team his rookie season, and 2 seasons with the Boston Patriots from 69 to 70. He helped the Bills win the AFL championship in 65. Schottenheimer did have ultimate postseason success, just not as a coach. Football career spanned more than 4 decades. Got into coaching after trying to sell real estate for a few years after his playing days were done. Coaching career started in 74 with the Portland Storm in the short-lived World Football League. 75 was hired to be the Giants linebackers coach, 10 years as an NFL assistant before getting into his first head coaching job. The head coach of 4 teams, the Browns, the Chiefs, the Chargers, and Washington Redskins, otherwise known as the football club. Losing record just twice. 200, he was 200, 126 and 1. That is pretty remarkable when you think about it. 61% winning percentage, 31st all time among coaches with at least 50 games. 2 coaches right behind Schottenheimer are Bill Walsh and Tom Landry. So he had a really good regular season record. Playoff record was 5-13. Oof. He has the most wins for any coach who didn't win a Super Bowl or NFL championship. Oofta. Man. Schottenheimer's pregame speeches are a staple of NFL films. There's a gleam, men. His love for physical aspect of the game is a throwback to a different era of football. Probably a really good coach from a personal standpoint. I mean, 200 wins is nothing to shake a stick at either. What's going on in the college world? I have not watched any college basketball whatsoever. Zero. Arkansas has an important game at Kentucky. Syracuse could use a win. Oh, excuse me. Specter of COVID keeps interfering with college basketball. North Carolina's game with Miami was postponed. Blah, blah, blah. Minnesota is currently at 11. San Diego State at 10. Who's in the bubbles? Yeah, whatever. We'll figure out. Once the bracket comes, we'll think about that then. There's a picture of Mahomes throwing that ball. He's like falling to the ground, diving sideways, throws it, and you're like, there's no way. There's like 10 guys down there, and it hits the guy right in like the face mask. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But not enough to win. Oh man, these pop-ups. It's hard to get your news with all these pop-ups. Scroll. Big yawn. That's all I got. Looks like Back to the Cardboard's got a video out. Scotty Aranya looks like he says 2021 Topps Blaster first look. So it looks like he might have got some. Looks like Eric over at Those Back Pages got a video out. I see Lou Rock just had one with Bob opening up some Chrome. Oh, I just got a notification. The Card Cutter's got something popping. I think it's a wrestling thing that's going on there. Anyway, I got to keep drawing here, guys, or I'm never going to get this thing done. Let's see what we got here. We got a little bit of navy blue on the hat. Looks like Joey Don't Call My Wax Junk's got a video up. There's lots of things happening in the YouTube world, guys. Not so much here. If you're kind of hanging out, listening to me just chat, I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying it. I certainly appreciate you if you're listening. I'm just kind of drawing. What I need to do one day is record a drawing and put it on the quick speed. These alcohol pens dry so quick. Almost too quick in certain instances. So I gotta come back in here and kind of blend this all in here. We got to leave a little bit up top and in the front. And then down the back a little bit. And then the bottom part's pretty dark. Just whoops, I just drew on my finger. That's no bueno. And Scott's gonna watch this, and he keeps telling me you got to draw the face first. Because if you mess it up, then you can just throw it away. But I just take the approach. I'm not throwing anything away. I'm just not throwing it away. So you're gonna have to live with that. I don't throw anything away. All my work's good, all the time. Even if it's not good, it's still good. That's called confidence. I don't know what I'm going to do here for skin tones. Been trying to find some different colors, but there's like one called skin, but it's like really light and it looks almost orange. This one is called sand, and it's got a little bit more brown in it, so it makes people look a little tanner, but it's still a little orange for me, to be honest. I'm just going to fill this in. I'm going to fill it in heavy. We'll come back in and we'll work on it a little bit more with some shades. Now, actually, I want to take that powder pink. No, salmon pink, I think. Come in with the highlights there. Some different colors over the top here. Maybe this one here. What's this one called? Skin white. Here we go. But it's not skin white. It's like skin orange. What I'm going to do is it's a lighter color, so it should take away. Put a highlight in there. Trying to put it looks like the light's coming from the top here. So I'm trying to take some of this pigment out with this lighter color. Then I'm going to come down on the bottom. If I can get the top off of this thing, holy moly. I'm going to come down on the bottom. Throw a little shade down in the bottom. Not much though, it's just a little bit down in the bottom here. I'll bring that up a little bit. His elbow's right in here. I feel like I should give him a little bit of muscle or something in here. Kind of wraps that way. I'll have to take it back out though with the just look at this reference picture and get a little shade reference. Kind of has dark. Hey, somebody pop back in. A little bit of shade around the elbow. Shade. I'm going to have to blend this all back in. And you're out, wherever you were. Good having you in for a hot minute. Put a little bit of this. Fairly happy with that. Fairly happy. It's not horrible. Not horrible at all. Now let's see what we got over here. Why do these caps not come off tonight? Lost my mojo. Let me see here. A little thumb nub. You guys can't see that, can you? Got one finger, two fingers. Kind of 3 fingers, 4. It blends into the arm. That all blends into the arm. Keep this fairly dark here. I need more skin toned markers. This one flows pretty nice. Little elbow action over here. I'm going to draw. It's darker in here. Actually, a little bit of light right up in here. This is all dark up in here. Work on that shading. I'm going to darken this up a little bit. Comes off the arm. It's fairly light over here. I'm going to lighten this up a little bit here. Take some of this pigment out, this lighter color. If it'll come out. I think that sleeve is going to come up more. I think that sleeve, it's going to help me if I take the sleeve up. To about here and here. Not sure that's 100% correct, but stretching that out makes that look a little bit better. In my opinion. Much better, I think. Boom. I think it just changes the way that it keeps the arm coming here. It makes that smaller part look out that way, which it's supposed to be. If you don't have it, it almost looks like it's coming back at you this way, coming back at you. And that's no bueno. So stretch that shirt out a little bit, make that clear that that's the arm that way, and it moves that front part that way. Oh boy. What are we going to do here? Let's do the hair. We always keep the face till the end. We actually got a fairly light gray underneath that cap. So I can drop that in there. Let me just test this. Yeah, that's pretty good. At least for the first. The first go of it. Let's see. He's got fairly dark hair. It started out with, whoa. You know, what's going on with this? They keep breaking. This one I think has got a broken, cracked thing. So back it goes. We'll start maybe with this one. It's called Chocolate. And just give him a dab of hair right here. And this hair basically goes, well, I think he's got a touch of his, I bet you $10 he's wearing turtleneck. Those were back in style back then, you know. Those were not back in style, they were in style. I wore turtlenecks underneath my jerseys back in the day. Some of you guys are like, no way. Yep. True story. True story. So I'm going to just drop in some of this brown hair. It's kind of straight. He doesn't have too many curls or anything, and it goes right down to his shirt. I'll come back and give a little detail to that. It goes right into the shirt basically here. Looks like he's got fairly straight hair, so I don't want to mess that up. Ay. We're actually not that far from being done here. I'm going to start off with this sand. I've been using the sand color more, although he looks a lot lighter. He does look lighter, but I don't want to go too... All right. Got a little bit of a shadow here. which is good. We can use that to our advantage. I'm going to drop down all this light color. It's just like a little orangey to me, but it might work. Just going to let that dry. I'll let that dry for a second. Oh, I'm going to hit his glove up a little bit. Let's see what we got here. He's got some gray, some worn areas. Here, I'm going to have it kind of fade off the page. Two spots there. There's kind of a big spot here. This spot's got some wear on it as well. Little wear spot right here. Little wear spot right here. Kind of a little bit of a wear spot on the heel. Touch of wear up in here. This is this would be the cone. So the glove is kind of, I guess I can trace this. I can come back in with black. It's kind of like that wrapped around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with like a 7. I'm going to come back in with that lighter one. Blend in some of that. Yeah, then I'm going to come in with some black. I'm going to do it again. That way I can get these pretty dark up in here. I'm gonna come back in with the 7. Corrupt some of this. I want it too light because they're just it's kind of like wear marks on there. You don't want it. It's not defining the glove. It's just some spots that have worn off the black pigment in the leather. So I'm going to come back in with this darker gray. Darken some of those up. I'll take it back out in a second here when I go back over with this. Blend everything back in. I'm going to take, so these are fingers. Get rid of this here. Each of these fingers has got its own little raised leather deal here. Now I'll come back and I'll make some detail in here that'll make that all pop a little bit with the fine liner. Took a little too much off there on some of this stuff. Trying to blend it in there on the back end. All right, that's not too bad there. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And I'm having trouble with these markers today. They're all popping out. All right, let's get some lips in there. Just some real light highlights right up front. The chin gets quite a bit of highlight. Ears gonna have some highlight in there. It's got a little bit of a low light that comes down here, joins up with behind the ear. Kind of low lights around this way, and the major highlight is kind of right in there. So you got a little bit of low light that comes this way. And a little bit that just kind of pops right up here through here. A little bit of a highlight here. So I'm going to leave that way. A little bit of a low. I'm going to have to blend that back in. With this one. It's going to look a little dark. It's going to look a little dark because it's wet. I'm going to push some of this pigment around though to blend it. Gotta let that dry. And he's got some serious shadowing. I don't know what I want to do with that. At least throw down this base here because come on, markers. It's gonna get a little confusing up in here if I just leave all that white space. But a lot of this is darker and shaded. Drag some of that pigment up. It's going to be that gray. Think about what Roger Clemens looks like. That was not the gray that I wanted. What's going on here? Why do I have an extra? C7, C7. Sand. Make sure all the cats go on the right one. Okay, so that was a mix-up. So now I got to take the... It's all right. It's not a big deal. We just take the lighter one and we just kind of drag it through there. And it'll come out. All right, we just got to make the shading underneath this cap a little bit darker. Got a lighter, a little bit of a lighter. You know what? I'm just going to do that with the, whoa, wrong chisel tip. I'm going to highlight this with the blender instead of trying to pick another color to go in there. Actually, I'm going to do it with a light blue. Something like that, light blue. I'm just going to come in and give it a little, whoop. That'll go away some of it. This light blue is going to take away some of the dark blue pigment. I can make this kind of look like the brim. Actually going to come in, just take out a spot in the front a little bit and over the top, just to give it a little bit of a highlight, a little bit in the back here. Just to give it a little bit of a highlight. I'm going to give a little highlight also on his shirt. Kind of some wrinkles in there. Just seems like the light's coming from this way, the top, kind of the top. So I'll take a little bit off of this. To give it a little bit of a look. Oops, you can't see that. I just took a little bit over here. But just took a little off the cap, took a little bit off the visor. It's subtle. It's hard to pick up on the camera, but it's there. All right. Who dis? Reindeer. What's up, Scott? Just you and me now, buddy. I've been talking to myself for like 30 minutes. Got myself a little Roger Clemens going tonight. It's got a nice shade on his face, so I don't have to do very good on the eyes. I do need to blend that in a little bit more, though. Clemens? Never heard of him either. One of these days, they're going to let these guys in. I don't know when. I got to get out my fine liners. Clemens, actually, just for poops and giggles. What are you sending me text messages? Oh, nothing from since 2019. So, hey, what's Francona? What's he cost? Via private signing. I probably do need to get Francona. I mean, I really should have Francona. I mean, So many drawings to do, not enough time to do them in. What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing right now. What did I want? I wanted to tighten something up. His ear. I just need a light brown for that. Francona's going to be a Hall of Famer as a coach. Is he really? I mean, he's got playing day, right? So you look at somebody like a Whitey Herzog, right? Maybe not the best player, but had some playing time, right? So that's got to count for something. And then, just massive coaching record. Nicknamed Tito, the manager of the Cleveland Indians. Previously, he was the manager of the Boston Red Sox, whom he led to 2 World Series titles, ending the franchise's 86-year championship drought. I mean, yes, obviously. 61 years old. He was born in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Man, he's been the Indians coach since 2012. I feel like it hasn't been that long, but I guess it has. 1, 2, 3. He's got 4 kids. Looks like maybe 2 boys and 2 girls, maybe, or 1 boy and 3 girls. I don't know. He's got a book. Winning percentage 54.2. Managerial record 1,667 and 1,409. He has 16 home runs and 143 RBIs. Pretty darn good manager, I'd say. New Brighton High School from New Brighton, Pennsylvania. So he was born in South Dakota, but went to high school in Pennsylvania. Phillies coach, then the Red Sox, now the Indians. Good stints at either or all. 4 years in Philly, losing record. 8 years with the Red Sox, winning record, 2 World Series. 8 years with the Indians, winning record. 2 pennants, 2 World Series with the Red Sox, 1 pennant with the Indians. So that's a total of 3 pennants and 2 World Series titles. Managerial tendencies. I don't know what you would. Hey, Lisa Khan. Greetings. How do you judge a coach? How do you judge a coach? I mean, wins, losses. I mean, there's got stealing, sacrifice bunts, where they would call these things substitutions. Interesting that some of these substitution stats were really different during the Red Sox tenure versus, say, the last 4 or 5 years with the Indians. That's interesting. What is a rate? Intentional walk rate plus. Wow, this rate plus. His intentional walk rate is much higher. His rate plus is much higher with the Cleveland Indians. Like significantly different rate plus. What is it? What is rate plus? That's an interesting stat to me. Numbers, you got to look at numbers. I don't know. Wins, losses. I don't even know. That rate plus is interesting. What the heck is rate plus? We got to look that up, Scott. There's going to be Reputation counts for a lot. How do you judge reputation? It's just a gut feeling, I guess. I don't know. I feel like you need to have some numbers to back these things up, but obviously you don't. You can either vote or don't vote. Where do the coaches? Do the coaches get in? How does that work? Does the coaches have to go in on the veterans committee? Coaching base MLB. Let's put MLB coaching rate plus rate. Where the hell's the plus? There we go. Rate plus. What is the definition of rate plus? Rate plus. Maybe if I put it in baseball reference, MLB. Oh man, Patrick's here. Did you sell a lot of cards today? We're trying to figure out. Listen, we're trying to figure out if Terry Francona is going to go in the Hall of Fame, and we're not quite sure how you would judge a coach. And I was just stumbling upon some numbers here, kind of like you stumbled onto an art channel, and I noticed that his rate plus. So it was like, I got to bring it back up again so I don't talk out my butt. So it's got to be like, so you have stealing third, so intentional walks. I guess it was in his intentional walk. Is this Terry Francona right there? Actually, here's a list of like a bunch of coaches: Rocco Baldelli, Bud Black, AJ Hinch, all these guys here. And I look at the rate plus, and Terry Francona has a fairly high intentional walk rate plus, but a low rate. Now, sacrifice bunt, he's got like the highest rate plus out of everybody. Interesting. How about stealing third? Yeah, pretty high. Stealing second, he's got the highest rate plus. So driving a scooter from his apartment to the ballpark is Hall of Fame worthy? Maybe. I could see that. You got to be a real man to drive a scooter. Guys, we got to figure out what this rate plus is, because he's like a leader in rate plus. Does it just mean like he takes more risks? Or I wonder if rate plus takes into account like successes, because he doesn't have, it's not like he has a significantly higher rate on some of this maybe. Well, they obviously coincide, but like, for example, sacrifice bunts. Oh, yeah, he's got a higher rate. So I wonder if it takes into account successes though. Although that wouldn't do much for intentional walks. Where do I find the definition of this? Rate plus. If I click on it, it just ranks them. Can I show my screen? How do I show my... Isn't there a way to... Isn't there a way to show your screen? I'm going to have to work on the StreamYard thing. This is driving me nuts, guys. I got to figure out. Yeah, I mean, so we're looking at it. He's got 2 World Series. He's got a pennant with the Indians going. So there's one there. So I think he needs a look. Yeah, league adjusted. It's like WAR, right? Your WAR takes into account some of theirs, but what's the adjustment? Like, what does that mean? Sacrifice bun. Coach. Sacrifice bun. Rate plus. What is the sacrifice bunt? Well, we know what that is. I want to know what rate plus is. Why bunting is bad. Yeah, stealing bases is supposedly bad too. But I mean, come on, everybody likes when people steal bases. Run expectancy and bunting. Sack bunts a thing in the past. Listen, this is our sacrifice bunts a thing of the past. Not for Terry Francona. Why it's time for MLB to rethink the outdated sacrifice fly rule. Nobody wants to bunt anymore. Yeah, everybody wants to hit home runs. Still not sure what this rate plus is all about, but the best way to figure out if Terry Francona is going to the Hall of Fame, you type in Terry Francona Hall of Fame. And boom, Indians manager Terry Francona is polishing a Hall of Fame career. I'd say so. 23 managers are in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Did you guys know that? I still don't think you're going to see more small ball though, because bunting, people just don't bunt. You got to still going for the big hits. Nobody plays small ball anymore. Supposedly, the new ball is not going to reduce any velocity, and it's just going to have a little more drag. It'll just be a couple feet shorter. I mean, the guys that are hitting home runs are going to hit home runs. It's just those ones that were kind of just dribbling over the fence, those aren't going to make it anymore. I think you just subtract 5 from everybody. That's my guess. Let's see here. 6-year managing the Indians, 18 years, 2 World Series with the Red Sox, Indians to the 7th game of the 2016 World Series against the Cubs. Joe McCarthy and Casey Stengel each led the Yankees to 7 World Series titles. So that's a pretty big one to beat. Oh, really? Herzog is yeah, man. If Herzog's in, I'd say Francona's going to get in. Yeah, maybe some of the small market teams. I guess I could see that. So Francona is 1547 and 1320, at least in this article. Let me go back to the what numbers were I throwing at you before there? Was I throwing? 1702 and 1434. Man, that's a lot of wins. That's 500 more wins than Whitey. And winning percent 543. So higher winning percentage. So he's got 20 years coaching. Now, what about Whitey Herzog? Whoops. I got my Whitey's back, by the way. I don't have him with me. Whitey Herzog as a player, 2.8 WAR. How about as a coach? $18 years. Who? Whitey's got 18? Well, there's a lot of coaches. There's Dusty Baker. All right. Whitey Herzog, Hall of Fame. Yeah, 18 years. Where's Francona? 20 years. So he's got 20. So Whitey's got 18. Francona's got 20. So now what? 2 World Series. What did Herzog have? I don't know if we should box ourselves into Herzog, but good winning percentage. 1 World Series championship and 2 pennants. So I'm going to say Francona is a better coach than Whitey Herzog. And Herzog is in. I'm going to say Francona's in, man. And then he played too, right? I mean, he had 9 or 10 years as a player. I mean, not that he was a great player, but you know, he hit in 10 years, he hit 274. You know, so he was a good, you know, say he was a good player. Good, you know, just, I mean, he played 10 years, can't be that bad. Yeah, Francona's in, man. Francona's in. I mean, he's got more playing time than Herzog too. I mean, what's Herzog only played a couple years, right? Herzog, I think, only played he played 8 years. Played 8 years. What did he bat? 257. So Francona was probably a better player than Herzog as a player and a better manager. So yeah, he's got to go in. Yeah, Bobby Cox had a lot of years managing. That's pretty crazy, right? So 1 World Series, but man, look at the service. So I'd say Francona's going in. I say Francona is going in. Do you guys see my You see my Whitey Herzogs? Man, can I show it? I don't have any pictures of it. I gotta post the videos. I've been slacking on YouTube. Let me see if I can find my Whitey Herzog video. I don't know where it is. Little leaf. Not that one. You saw them? Did I show them to you? Here we go. You guys get the sneak peek. Whoa. Oh. Whitey Herzog. You can't really see it on the phone. Standing there cool. And then here's the other picture. So I got to get this video up someday, maybe tonight. Or maybe I'll at least schedule it. I got a backlog I got to work through. All right, so Francona's in. I think we decided that. So probably maybe we should call him up and tell him. Do we count? Are we I feel like we could be important people in the voting. I mean, we're part of the baseball community. I mean, we're not like baseball writers, but we're kind of like baseball video people, right? I think we have credibility. I'm going for it. What are you gonna send? You're gonna send. What's he got? A signing coming up? When's the signing? I don't have time to make a drawing for him. I'm definitely not putting him in an Indians uni. You can do that. Where's the signing at? $227, man. That's fast. I gotta really get working if I'm gonna do something for that. Where's he signing at? And how much is he? What's he cost? Private signings. I got to go through some of these private signing deals too. Like there's like 20 signings on the 27th. Brett Oberholzer, TJ Matthews, Jerome Williams, Sam Perkins, Mike Lacoste, Mike Palmetier, Dave McElwain, Steve Stoyanovich, Tim Carver, Charles Thomas. I don't see any Terry Francona over here. Is Brady signing? What's Brady charge? Like $2,000? You can send a Brady and he'll send you a pre-printed 8x10. Has anybody got a? Oh man, some people were getting Brady back in 2016. It's crazy. Looks like Brady's pretty spotty, but he will sign every once in a while. A lot of fan packs, big risks. Starts at $1,500. Oh my god. I feel like I should just send him. Maybe I should send him and be like, "Yeah, we can't afford $1,500, but you know, maybe we could shower him with other gifts." Pre-printed. Seems like every once in a while though somebody hits him. He signed him pretty good way back when. Man, how'd you like to be these guys that were sending autograph requests to him and got them back like 5 days, 10 days back in 2000? Sign my press pass rookie card. I look for big things from him in the future. Yeah. Uh, that'd be a pretty sweet card to own. All right, Frank. What's Francona charge? Does he start at 1,500 too? Francona. Terry Francona. A lot of waitings, man. A lot of waiting. So he didn't sign at all in 2020. out of the Indians. He didn't sign very well at all in 2019 either. Just early in the season. So that tells me if you're going to send him to the Indians, you probably got to send him pretty quick. Brady's combine photo. Let's check that out. I need to figure out how to share my screen. Yeah, that's right. Look at him. QB01 Brady T, number 6043, 211, Michigan. That's funny. I feel like it's like somewhat demeaning. Like, all right, take your shirt off, just shorts only. Stand in the square. Catch you later, Scott, man. Appreciate you popping in. I got to chase Francona now. Now Scott's got me thinking I got to chase Francona. It's going in the Hall of Fame. Oh. I'm just going to have to do some more doodles. I need a Francona doodle now. We'll send them. That's what we're going to have to do. No, he didn't look happy at all in that photo. It's pretty funny, actually. I just got to tighten up these letters. Oop, got a little out of line there. Henry, I think you just missed Scott. He was hanging out a little bit. We were thoroughly discussing Terry Francona as a coach, getting into the Hall of Fame. I think we decided that he's going to make it based on his record and a fairly decent playing career as well. I didn't realize he played 10 years, but he did. And he's coached for 20, 2 World Series with the Red Sox, and then also a pennant. Made it to a game, whatever, with the Cubbies or against the Cubbies. Game 6 or 7. So we think he's going to get in. It's going to be our official position here. We'd put him in. So I think we got that straightened out. If anybody's paying attention to our votes, we've got Terry Francona in. So now Scott's got me thinking I need to draw or doodle or whatever Francona and get him before he gets too famous. I agree. Doesn't look like he signs very well, at least out of the Indians headquarters. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. He's got a signing coming up on February 27th, but you got to act pretty quick to get in on that. And I don't know what he's charging. Scott didn't tell me what he's charging. But if it's a private signing, then these guys want their cut too, that the promotional company. So it's probably going to be like $30 or something silly. I just can't. So I was gonna say I can't see paying these guys all this big money to sign just for an autograph. When guys like Brooks Robinson will sign for like $10. But like I said, I was gonna say that, and then I stopped in my tracks and realized that I just sent to Nolan Ryan, who charges $75 for a card and $100 for a flat, up to 8 by 10, or no, up to 11 by 14 or something. I can't remember, but he's got a limit, and then there's another one after that if you want something really big signed. And I just sent off to Nolan Ryan. So I guess I'm part of the guys that pay too much money for autographs. But I figured, you know what, these guys are all we lost Sutton, we lost Hank Aaron. These guys are passing away, and I wanted to get Nolan Ryan. So the only way is pay to play. So off it went, and I'm just going to take my lumps, and I'm going to get my Nolan Ryan stuff and be done with it. And I won't have to send to him again. I got a lifetime supply coming. But it's just crazy that some of these guys are charging this big money. Like, it's just your autograph, man. I mean, you're not that important. Here's another one that I want to get signed. Clemens, I think he charges $100. But the more and more I do these drawings, the more and more it's like, everybody can send a card in, but these drawings are probably more special now. I don't know if they're going to be, when I'm gone, I don't know if they're worth anything. At the very least, if he signs right in here, at least it'll be a pretty good cut one, Not that, I'm never going to sell them, but I don't know, my kids or grandkids, I don't know, maybe they'll sell them. I have no idea. I would like to think that they wouldn't. It's my artwork, and that they would keep it, but, I'm not going to be around, so whatever happens, happens. I think Mays. I don't know if Mays. Is it Mays? Brooks Robinson's pretty old. Is Mays older than Brooks Robinson? Herzog's pretty old too, I think, isn't he? That's a good question. That's going to bug me now. I'd love to get Mays to sign something, but I don't think he signs anymore. And if he does, it's like $500. But I don't know. Maybe I should start saving for it. If he does one more signing and just jump in on it. Oldest living baseball Hall of Famer says Willie Mays. Yeah, born in May 6th of 1931. Willie Mays, then Herzog, Luis Aparicio, Bud Selig, Koufax, Bill Mazeroski. Bill Mazeroski he moved toward Philadelphia. There's Brooks Robinson, Pat Gillick, Cepeda, yeah, he's pretty old. Juan Marichal, he's pretty old. Billy Williams, I tried TTM and him. He sent it back unsigned, but yeah, he's pretty old. Gaylord Perry. Yaz is getting up there. Joe Torre as well. John Schuerholz. Bobby Cox. Is Bobby Cox still alive? Tony Perez. Fergie Jenkins. Tony La Russa. Carew, Jim Palmer, Reggie Jackson, Raleigh Fingers, Nolan Ryan, Johnny Bench. I think these are in order by age. Living Hall of Famers. Printable list. Ten oldest. Lasorda was 92. Mazeroski. Man, I'd like to get Bobby Cox a sign. I had a card of his, but I was gonna try to send it, and it's like I heard he was in pretty bad health. So November 9th, 1931 was Herzog. Willie Mays, May 6th, 1931. Yep, Whitey Ford passed away. Tommy Lasorda passed away. I was going to send Tommy Lasorda too, but I heard he was not signing, and wish I had at least sent it and gave it a shot. So Herzog. So Willie Mays, then Herzog. And then Hank Aaron passed. Aparicio. Then Bud Selig. I should get Bud Selig. Koufax. Man, Koufax is pretty darn old. Mazeroski. I got one out to him. He moved. He sold his house. He moved. Then he got an apartment. I sent it to the apartment. He was only there for a year. That moved. Can't get a good address on him. But that'll be good to get Mazeroski back if I can get him. Hopefully, this last one, every time I send it out, it costs me like $6 or whatever. It's costing me a lot of money just chasing him down. The address is on the interwebs are not very good. I should get this list and just hunt these guys down. I'm running out of time. The older guys are pretty good signers. Unlike these younger guys, like Clemens charges like $100. It's just highway robbery, but people pay it, right? It's worth what people pay. All right, that's looking good. Just a little bit of red here on the B. You can barely see it. Should do it for the red. I gotta put a little detail in here on his ear. Put a little detail, and then I take it away. Blend it in a little bit. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me do a little bit of work right up in here on the hair. Got to kind of put these little hairs in there, make it look a little bit more realistic. Bingo, bango, bongo. Thanks, Saiga. I appreciate that. I am trying. I'm not a professional, but I'm working at it, you know? That's all you can really ask for, is just trying your best, right? I mean, you could ask for more, I guess, technically. I am definitely not good with faces. That is one area that I need to practice on a little bit or something. Or go to school for it. I have no idea. Been watching YouTube videos. Doesn't help. It's going to have to be gray. I mean, I think we're like close enough on these. Like I've got a couple of these done and sent out now for TTMs, and you put them up, you hold them a foot away or whatever, and they look pretty darn good. You know, that's what I'm aiming for. Kind of it's not abstract, but it's abstract-ish. You know, you're gonna put it up on the wall. It's just got to look good a couple feet away. That's awesome. Everything's relative, right? Everything's relative. I'd say back in the day, I'd say I did okay with art. Did okay with art. I like art. It's what I found actually. My wife's been laughing at me because she's like, "Oh, all you do is draw pictures," but it's like at the end of the day, I like to sit down and just get out the markers and just draw a little bit. It's somewhat relaxing. It's kind of like it's not like Zen or whatever, but it's well, maybe it kind of is. Maybe I'm not giving it enough credit, but it's kind of this, just you're concentrating on this, so you're not thinking about anything else, right? So it's kind of like this relaxing Zen area for me, at least. You know, just a hyper focus on something else other than whatever else is in your life. Not that I have anything bad going on, but I just my wife likes to turn on the TV and watch junk TV, and I just don't like doing that. So I've taken up this kind of as my. I mean, obviously, I do cards and stuff for hobby. I have other hobbies too. I like fishing, hunting, but I find that some of these other things are easier to do. I mean, I obviously like the cards, but this is working pretty good for me. I enjoy it, which is nice. It's not work. And when you're done, you're left with something that's pretty cool. Like my wife reads a lot of books. I guess she gets the stories or whatever, but when I'm done with this, I've got a pretty decent looking picture. Which I like. It's pretty cool. So I got to just put in a little detail here on the glove. Let's get some areas here that are kind of worn. This is all dark inside here. It's all dark, dark, dark. All right, that's going to be probably pretty good for the black. I feel like there's a cross piece that goes in there somewhere. This goes around. This comes over. There's another cross piece in there. Oh, right in here. All right. I gotta take some of that out. That's a little better. One man standing. One man. Last man standing. I need some gray. That's good there. That's it, man. You got it. You're the last one. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Where did I see? I just saw I had to do a little line work. Sorting cards. Yeah, I was thinking about bringing some cards on my trip, but I was like, I'm just gonna bring some drawings. It's better to draw. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I got a bunch of cards I got to sort. I got. I picked up some fibro boxes for cards for kids with cancer, and I'm gonna start doing that. But I got to get them all into teams first. And I got multi-sport. I got somebody that donated some, and I picked up some for cheap. I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 fibro boxes, and I need to go through them and just number one get them into sports, and then number two start putting them into teams, so that I can kind of make like little team sets that I can give for cards for kids with cancer. So I'll probably have some live sessions here set up one of these weekends where I'm just sorting cards myself. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it all done. Holy cow! But I mean, eventually it all gets done, right? Yeah, that is a lot of work. But it's got to get done, man. We're gonna put some cards out for cards for kids with cancer, and then I got to do it. So oh, what do I want to do here? Yeah, I'll drop a line in. There we go. Actually, I should come down a level. Yep, so I got to do that at some point. I already think this Clemens is better than my first Clemens. It's the same kind of pose. But I wanted to redo it a little bit bigger. I think this one's coming out a little bit better already, so happy with it. I'm happy with it. I'd like to send it off, but I gotta really think if I'm gonna bite the bullet or not. I'm not sure what Clemens charges, but I think it's like 100 smackers. And I just sent off to Nolan Ryan, so he charges basically 100 smackers too, and 75 for a card and 100 for a flat, but there was more than one in there, so big money. Not sure why I did it, but I did. I don't really regret sending it to Nolan Ryan, but when you click that button and it's like that much money, like wow, holy moly. There's a lot of cash, Mr. Nolan. I gotta get that cleaned up here. It's too much dark. Yeah, definitely makes me spend more money than I should. I think it's gonna look good though. I mean, and the thing with Nolan Ryan though is you get his like stamp, so it's legit. And where I find my inspiration when I draw, usually the internet. Well, isn't everything the internet? Well, not everything the internet. Um, I go out and look for pictures. So I'm drawing off of a picture, a reference picture. But I try to find, for me, I'm not a very great artist, so I try to have as little face as possible because I'm having a hard time with faces. So like this one's got shading, and I try to catch some. I want to catch some kind of movement, is what I'm looking for. Like I want to see them in action. Obviously Clemens is a pitcher, so I want him. I want him in the act of pitching. I love the backs that like jerseys that have their name or their number. That's kind of like my style. Just seems to work that way. That's a good question. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. So we're getting pretty close. I'm kind of at the outline phase. So I'm feeling pretty good here. I probably need to do a little bit more detail on the face up here in the shadow and maybe blend in some of those low lights a little bit better. Yeah. Kind of get to the point where it's like if I try to be too much of a perfectionist on this, I'm probably going to mess it up. So at some point you got to just stop, and I just say, hey, it's more of an abstract than anything. I mean, it's not really abstract art, but it's okay to have parts. In my mind, it's okay to have parts of it abstract looking. So I know he's got a little bit of a highlight in there, and it follows this path right here. It's kind of his eyebrow. There's a little bit of a light in there. So I'm just going to come in and I'm going to put a little bit of detail in, but I don't want to put too much because and then I'm going to take it back out. So I'm going to put some pigment down in this eye area just to make it look like you can see his eye, his eyebrow. Kind of his eyelids a little bit. I'm going to put it in, but then I'm going to come back in with that. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to basically smooth it back around and take it out. And I'm just going to push that pigment around a little bit. And I'm actually going to come back in on a lighter one. I'm going to take it out a little bit, push it around, put that highlight back in there. Just move some of that pigment around. I'm going to let it dry a little bit. So I'm getting quite a bit of alcohol in there. And then maybe I'll come back to it. It's already getting to the point where it's like, I'm going to let that dry and see because it's a little bit darker. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you go a little too far. It's all right. The nice thing about this is a lot of time, well, when I cross over to these Artezas, they don't come out as much, but they, with these alcohol markers, you go a little bit, you can take it back out pretty easily, which I like. And I'm not much of a marker artist. I just started markers here like a month ago, 2 months. And I'm definitely not an artist by any means. I'm just kind of more of a doodler or whatever. Don't have any formal training whatsoever outside of high school art class. I'm feeling like I'm pretty close here. I need to get the ball kind of lined up here. See what I want to do here. Just going to do it in gray. Probably need to put some stitches on that. If I was gripping a ball, a fastball, the seam should be here. So it should come up here. Pretty sure I want this to go like this. Yeah, I got a lot of markers. I'll tell you what though, this set was like $30 or something crazy. Look at all the markers you get. You get that tray. You get that tray. These are just the fine liners. And you get that tray. It definitely helps to have a lot of colors. I will say that. So that's the fine liners. Arteza. I think they weren't that much on like Amazon or whatever. And these that was like a set of 168, and I think I got that on like a Black Friday deal for like $30 too. So $60 and you are in major business. Major business. But what I'm finding is there's probably, that's pretty impressive to have, it's 168 colors. But what I'm finding is I'm using about 20 of them out of the bunch. A lot. To the point where there's one of them that's run out of the alcohol and the pigment. I need to get some new ones. But I think I'm just going to try to find a smaller set that has that color in it. So I don't have to buy all of them again. All right, I think we're pretty close on this one. I've had some cool people come in that I haven't seen before, which is cool. So YouTube must be doing some sort of algorithm. Which is neat. I have some different people in. All right, what do I want to do? Am I done? Am I not done? I feel like I'm not 100% done yet. It's pretty dry. That's good. That's good. Not in love with his hand. Just play around with that a little bit and take a little bit of that shading out. Jason Madison, what's up? Oh, I should draw Greenwell. That's a really good suggestion. Where's Greenwell? I had him. It's funny that you said Greenwell because I had him out for my wallet card. Did I bring him in? Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts. I thought I had him. I got drawings everywhere, man. Oh, I think I left them out in the truck. But anyway, I got my Greenwell wallet card because I took it out to film it and I never put it back in. And I was like, oh, I better bring that with me and make sure it gets in my wallet. I gotta take some of this color out of this shaded area here. I went one step too far, I think. Wallet card. What do you mean wallet card question? You haven't heard of the wallet card? Are you serious right now? Man, you're missing out. It's a card you keep in your wallet. So you always have a baseball card with you. Legitimate, man. That's a thing. That was a thing back in like the 80s. Maybe 90s. I don't know. I can't believe you never heard of a wallet card. This is awesome. We're going to share knowledge right now. Yeah, you put it in your wallet and you got your baseball card with you. So I got my wallet card is 89 All-Star Mike Greenwell card. Yeah, it's legitimate, man. And the card gets beat up, like straight up beat up, bad news. Like, but that's the beauty of it is that's your wallet card. And it's specially beat up just the way that you have it in your wallet. Yeah, there's different. Pepino's got a wallet card I know of. I know Eric over at Those Back Pages has got a wallet card. Yeah, 89 tops. Right? Is it 89 tops? Mike Greenwell, it's 89, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That was one of my favorite cards growing up. 1989 tops, the All-Star one, Greenwell. Right here. There it is. Oh, yeah. That's my wallet. I mean, that's not my wallet card, but that's a picture of the card I keep in my wallet. Patrick, you don't have a wallet card? Man, you need a wallet card. You guys got to get a wallet card. We got to start that back up. It was big time in the 80s. Yep. It's a thing, man. And you put it, I wish I had it. It's in the truck. I don't want to, it's cold out. My truck's far away. And let's be honest, I'm not fully dressed. I mean, I got my shirt on and stuff, but I'm in shorts. I'm not getting pants on and a jacket and going to my truck. So you guys are going to have to, I put a video up on it. Actually. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't have it. I was going to say I'd bring up the video, but 1983, Pete Vukovich. Nice. There you go. That's your card, man. And then you got that. And it's with you all the time, man. And it's going to get nice and beat up. Oh, this is funny. I signed into YouTube, and it's me on a live chat. It brings up on my feed. It's good to know that I'm on the top of my own list. Yeah, White Sox. Wallet cards. That's where it's at. We need a wallet card revival right now. 1983 tops. Pete Vukovich. Let's check out what that card looks like. Oh, man, that's a classic card. Got the kick going on there with the baby blues. That's where it's at, man. Stick that bad boy right in your wallet. Put it in a good spot. Keep it. Yeah, could have Garbage Pail Kids as your wallet card, whatever you want, man. I had that pile, man. I can't believe it. I was cleaning out my basement, and it was in a tote that I must not have checked out. And it was they were in a shoebox, man. I mean, it was like, I should have taken a picture of it, like in the tote. Like it was in a shoebox. All those Garbage Pail Kids were in a shoebox, and half of them, well, different piles of them were all rubber banded together, man. It was like I opened up that tote and the 80s just kind of hit me in the face. It's just like, like it smelled like the 80s. It was the 80s. It was a whole box of the 80s, like a whole tote. You know what else was in there? I should make a video of all of that. Like I should go through that tote because you guys might get a kick out of it. There was a troll. Trolls are big again now. They're back, man. But like, I'm talking the old school trolls, just like the little naked body with the crazy hair. I had those the little pink like wrestling guys. What were those guys called? Micro wrestler, mini wrestlers or something. What the heck were those called? Oh man. Oh yeah, the little pink guys. Come on, you know what they are. Muscle men, man. I got a whole pile of them muscle men. And I don't know if any of them are good or not, but man, do they sell them on eBay? I'd love to take a trip down memory lane right there, guys. Muscle men. Those guys must have made a pile of money on them. That's right. Jason's got it. Muscle men. They're just little pink plastic. There's no detail or nothing. All you had to do was make the mold and fill it up with plastic and sell 1 billion of them for however much money. God, we got had as children. Oh, man, look at this. Like a whole pile of them. 200. Man, those little pink guys, man, they bring back memories. They had all different ones, but they were like printing money. They had the guy with like the 6 arms. Man, I'll tell you what, you got a lot of like 30 or 40 of them, and you could probably get $30 for it. That's pretty crazy. Man. Yeah, you can get about $1 each for those. That's crazy. Transformers, man. The Transformers. I was in my basement back at my mom's house. I still have some of them Transformers. Those were real toys, man. They were like good quality. Like the stuff nowadays is all junk. GoBots, yeah, E-Man, G.I. Joe. Voltron, yeah, my cousin had the Voltron that was like the whole thing. Like I never had that. He had the whole put it together, man. It's like wow. I had that never worked out was a Nintendo. Like it was like a gyro robot. That thing never worked. I could never get it to work. Rob, robotic operating buddy. I wish I knew how that thing worked, but I could never get it to work. Man, you guys got me craving my 80s toys. There was other stuff in there too. I should pull that out and make a video. Maybe next weekend or this weekend or whatever. I gotta post up some videos. I'm probably 4 or 5 behind on posting. I gotta just put them up, schedule them to go out. Yeah, Micro Machines. I saw those are back. I saw those in Target the other day. My kids, I had some original ones my kids were playing. But they're back. Look, you can buy the new ones, 2020. Remember the guy that had the world record for talking fast would have the commercial for the Micro Machines. What the heck? There was a tagline or something. I can't remember. John Machida. That's his name right there, man. Motor Mouth. What was his? Yeah, right here.
Why, it's a Micro Machines train, of course. There's the Continental Bullet, Western Freight, Lightning Express, American Steamer, each set with freewheeling wheels and a tiny track. All aboard the Micro Machines Power Train City set. You can pull into the station with the tiny ticket booth and cruise by the real working grade. You can travel through the tunnel, loop by the little lake. Micro Machines, the real one, the original one. The Micro Machines Power Train City comes with a 5-car train. Other trains sold separately, batteries not included. Your parents put it together. From Galoob.
From Galoob.
This is the Micro Machine Man presenting the most midget miniature motorcade of Micro Machines. Each one has dramatic details, terrific trim, stupendous styling, precision paint jobs, working wheels, Micro Machine cars, best variety, including Lamborghini, Grand Am, Corvette, Rover, Blazer, Pickup, Charger, and many more. Micro Machine planes, polished, perfect precision, like F-15, Corsair, Space Shuttle, P-51, Mustang. Micro Machine boats, a fabulous fleet of punch PTs and speedboats. Talk about small. Micro Machines are less gargantuan than a brick. My first midget is a marvel and smaller than a silver dollar.
Hey, Dad!
You want to get more Micro Machines to add to our collection?
Yeah!
A miniature midget colossal collection of Micro Machines. Collect them, trade them, race them. The Micro Machines, set sold separately from Galoob. They're really small.
From Galoob, they're really small. Man, holy moly, that's bringing back memories. Wow. Probably get some sort of copyright strike on that. I don't know. Probably not. I don't think so. I'm not a big fish. They're not going to shut me down. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Those were the times. Those were the times. I wonder what else is in that box. I didn't really take a look at it. I found the Garbage Pail Kids. I hauled them out and I was like, God, I'm going to make a video of that. Got a lot of doubles. Oh, they were all beat up, though. Oh, my gosh. There was definitely a troll in there. I saw those little muscle men. Who knows what else is in there? Yeah, we're small potatoes for sure. Although I've got 4 in the stream right now, we are gaining traction. This must be the hot time of the night. What time is it? Holy moly, it's 11:30 East Coast. Told myself I was going to go to bed early tonight. Not so much. I don't sleep well in hotels anyway. Finally got off of my quarantine. I'm traveling a little bit, which is good. Hey, what's up, Stove? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We've been chatting about all kinds of stuff tonight. You just missed the big 80s talk, man. All about 80s toys. Man, we hit the critical mass of 4, and now we're back down to 2. Whoops, can't win. Just can't win. I'll tell you what was interesting tonight is we had some people in here that I have no clue who they were. Somebody popped in looking at art or something, so must be official. I'm like an official artist now. You got people that you don't know logging in to check out your art and ask you what your inspiration is. Mostly my inspiration is it's too expensive to buy cards these days, so I got to just draw baseball players. I should have had that as an answer. Well, I can't find any baseball cards in the store, so I'm just drawing them. Oh, man. Yeah, I keep saying that too, Stove. I don't know if it's like a midlife crisis thing or something, but I haven't been sleeping very well lately. I'm not stressed or anything. I mean, I feel good, so I can't complain with that. I mean, I don't know. It's just like, hey, I'm going to bed early tonight, get some sleep, and then nothing doing, nothing doing, nothing doing. What is that? Fire. Limited run of sketch cards and print a few sets. I probably, I'm thinking about that. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I don't think it's overly difficult, but I feel like I should have that printed somewhere nice. But we're gonna do a hockey one next. I probably won't do that tonight, but we're gonna do hockey next. Yeah, I've been thinking about it stuff. I got to figure out where to get things printed though. I'd like to even make like a couple of prints, like like these are whatever 8x10s or whatever it is. 9x12, sorry, 9x12. It's a little bit bigger than a sheet of paper. Yeah, Rocket Rogers got to be throwing the heater, right? So, but I'd like to get some of these printed up, just scan them like a high quality scan. Supposedly, there's places that'll do that, but I feel like I don't know enough about it. But I think and I don't know if the dimensions are right. Maybe I have to shrink them or play around with them or whatever. But I think you could get these on cards too. I think it'd be really nice and make up a nice set of them. I've been thinking about it, so we're in the same mindset there. I just got to find out where do you even do that? Is there like a art place that does really high quality scans and then prints on really good paper? Because I looked into printing some of these at my house. I have a good enough scanner, and I have this paper, but even this paper that I'm using is, I think it's like 140 weight. Yeah, it's 140 pound paper, and it's at the limit of my printer says not to use anything over like 100 pounds, so it's too thick. So I gotta find a place that does like art prints. Like there's places that if you make like a painting, they'll scan it and make you prints, but I don't know. I don't know what that costs. Supposedly it costs quite a bit of money. So I'd probably have to recoup some of that. I'd have to sell some stuff. Then you start getting into weird things about the players and the teams. If you put logos on and you're selling. So I don't know. Hey, thanks, Jason, for stopping in. I appreciate it, man. Really do. Sleep tight, man. So I don't know what the deal with that is. I mean, I'd be small potatoes, but you could only imagine if I'm selling like 10 Clemens prints, and then Clemens is like, "Where's my cut of it?" You're selling them for $15 or something. I want $14.50. But some of these are, I mean, I've sent some off. I've got some back signed already. They're looking really good. I think they'd look really good in a frame. And my artwork is not really great, but if you're like 3 feet away, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of these where I miss the logo. You get the kind of you can slightly see a B. I've been doing a lot of backs. I like the backs anyway. That's got their numbers and the names on them. Usually too that I don't get too much face, so I'm not good at drawing faces. Yeah, maybe. I think I'm playing with fire with that, but I've been thinking about it. I have been thinking about it because they're fun. They're fun. I got to find some place to scan them. You got to have a good scanner. Art Scanning, printing. I bet you if you just put that in Google, something comes up. There's been a couple places I've looked at. Of course, and then my Google doesn't want to work now. Oh, there we go. Fine art printing. I don't know. There's probably something. Art scanning prices. Bellevue Fine Art. I probably should scan all of these in. We scared everybody off. I don't know who's left. Single scan, $85. 2 images in a scan and a separation fee. That's the thing. Like, people are really $8 by $10. Seems like highway robbery to me, but whatever. Hey, man, I appreciate you popping in, Stove. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm probably going to look into getting something done up. Good idea. Later, Patrick, if you're still in. Anytime. You guys have an awesome night. Really appreciate you guys popping in. Good chats tonight. I'm probably going to have to pop off myself and get some sleep because I got to work in the morning. All right. I'm going to pop off too, guys. I appreciate you guys popping in. It's been awesome hanging out, doing some Clemens work. We will catch you guys all on the flip side. Everybody have a great night. And if you're watching till the end, if you're opening, then best of luck to you. Don't forget to click to connect. Have an awesome day.